I was really surprised how much of the source material focused just on the very beginning of ethical hacking.
Right.
We forget the exploits and the technical wizardry for a moment. We're
Mm.
talking about footprinting and reconnaissance.
Mhm.
And it seems like it's really the practical foundation for, well, any security operation.
That absolutely is. It's the initial step.
So collecting that basic critical info.
Yeah, for anyone learning, the objective is to think of it like mapping the battlefield.
Yeah.
You can't execute an attack or a proper security assessment without first understanding the target's entire digital footprint.
Okay, so it's less about finding a flaw right away.
Exactly. It's more about, strategic resource allocation. Are you going to spend time on some highly technical network intrusion, or is the company's biggest risk actually social engineering?
Footprinting tells you which path to take.
It points you in the right direction.
And the distinction in how you map that battlefield is crucial. The material really emphasized two pillars here, and one of them is all about being a ghost.
Complete stealth, that's passive reconnaissance.
Right.
And it's the gold standard for experienced operators because it involves zero direct interaction with the target.
So it's nearly impossible to detect.
Almost, yeah. You're only collecting data from public open sources. This could be checking WHOIS records for who owns a domain or analyzing LinkedIn profiles.
I saw they even mentioned looking at old job postings.
Oh, for sure. To find out their tech stack, right? The specific web servers or databases they're running.
But that brings up a tactical question for me. If passive is so slow, why wouldn't you just, jump straight to active reconnaissance?
Well, you could.
I mean, that's when you're directly interacting with the target, right?
Sure.
Using tools for ping scans, port scan.
Network mapping, yeah. It gives you immediate, more accurate data. But there's a big catch.
The risk. It carries a much higher risk.
A much higher risk. Correct. Active techniques leave these digital breadcrumbs. They can be logged, detected by firewalls, intrusion systems.
So you tip your hand too soon.
You've got it. A smart attacker uses passive recon to gather, say, 90% of the information and only goes active to confirm one critical piece of data.
Okay, so once you've picked an approach, what's the actual treasure trove you're digging for? We know the basics, like technical information.
IP addresses, operating systems, open ports, that kind of thing.
And then there's organizational information, like the company structure, even their email formats.
But the most valuable treasure these days, it often falls under human intelligence, OSINT open source intelligence.
This is where we shift from hardware to people.
Exactly. Now we're tracking employee social media, looking for password reuse, finding out who the key admins are. The human element is almost always the weakest link.
And what's really wild is that you don't always need some complex tool for this. The material spent a whole section on one of the most powerful techniques, Google dorking.
Ah, yeah. Dorking. It's just leveraging Google's advanced search operators to find sensitive information that was, well, unintentionally exposed.
Like a key left under the doormat.
That's a great way to put it. You're basically turning the world's biggest search engine into an attack tool.
For sure. Like searching for site.companyname.com filetype.pdf to find internal memos. Or that really chilling one, in title, index of inurl.admin.
Which can reveal entire web directories that should never, ever be public.
It's just smart analysis, not some complex hack that gives you the big payoff.
And that analytical phase is so critical because it makes sure that when you finally start the engagement, you aren't guessing. For an ethical hacker, it leads to really accurate attack simulations.
Which strengthens the client's defenses.
100%.
And that prevention is immediate. If an ethical hacker finds a risk, say employee emails exposed on a public directory,
Pure human intelligence.
that demands action. They need training, maybe implementing key email security standards.
And we should probably clarify those. When we say SPF, DCAM, and DMRC, we're talking about essential email authentication.
Like digital fingerprints.
Exactly. They prove an email is legitimate and not a phishing attempt. But for anyone doing this professionally, the legal part is key. You must have written permission, you stick to the scope, and you don't misuse data.
Because unauthorized reconnaissance is illegal. Full stop.
Always.
So I guess the core takeaway here is that a strong ethical hacker isn't the fastest one, but the one who analyzes and footprints the smartest. It's all in the prep.
That preparation is everything. Because next time, we move past the planning phase and get into the deeply technical work.
And that would be?
Scanning and enumeration. That's where we take the map we just created and start filling in the live details, identifying open ports, and actively looking for vulnerabilities.